It's ISO again. You know what that means. I'm not on call this week, so I'm making a video. Righto. This week, I went and got a beer kit today. As you can see, it says on the box here, starter kit. I need a new fermenter because I've got to make some more spirits. I've got all the stuff over here making spirits and that. And I want to make a couple of beer kits because I can't get grain at the moment and I haven't got much beer left. There's only a bit of beer left in the kegs and that, so I'm got to make some more beer, put in the kegs. But what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to do the whole starter kit. So this week I'll do this. Next week, because we'll be in ISO still, I'll show you how to bottle it. It comes with these bottles, it comes with your bottle caps, and it comes with these little carbonation drops, and we'll go through all that next week when we do it. But this week what we're going to do is we'll set all this aside because I've pulled everything out here now, and we'll go through that first. Alright, so we'll put this aside over here. Alright, we'll move that because that's for one of these beer kits over here. Oh, it's nice and gassy. Alright, so I got this beer kit today from a Sunbury homebrew shop. Alright, if you want anything for your beer making needs, go down to the Sunbury homebrew shop. Alright, the good fellas there, they'll look after you.
As long as you live in Sunbury, don't come from...
Yeah, don't come from other places if you don't live in Sunbury because you're not allowed to. Alright, so Sunbury homebrew shop. But
hi, Jan. Hi,
this
Jackie.
video is sponsored by yours truly. I had to buy this kit. Alright, it's about $80 for the whole lot, and for $80 it has everything you need to make beer, and it'll make a couple of slabs, but easy. It's 23 litres of beer, so comes with. The only thing you're going to need extra is a can opener and a pair of scissors. That is it. Alright. Now, to make it easier, I've got a bucket of water here, but if you were doing it at home, you can do it in your kitchen or whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'm doing it in the shed. My tap's on the other side of the shed here, and I don't have hot water out here, so what I'm using is my brew kettle, my Robo Brew, to heat up some water here, so I've got hot water. You can just use hot water out of the tap. If you can drink it, you can make beer out of it, alright? Don't have to do anything fancy, alright? We're just making some beer here, that's it. Alright, so in the kit you get all your bottles. There is 30 bottles, 30 of these PT bottles. They're, I think they're 500 mils actually. So, you know, you get quite a bit of beer out of it. It has it all written on the top of the box here what you get. You've got your dextrose. This is what the yeast eat to make alcohol. You get a beer kit. Inside the lid here, I have to pop this off anyway. Oh geez, they're tight. Because in this lid is a packet of yeast. Alright? Need the yeast. That's what the yeast makes alcohol. Alright, you get this little leaflet and you got some instructions and all that sort of stuff. I know how to do this. And if you got a thermometer here, this thermometer sticks on here in a minute. If you get this from the Sunbury homebrew shop, they throw in a couple of little extra bits. Gives you a little instruction sheet. That's really handy. It gives you a pen and stuff to write down your gravity later on. We'll go through that later. Alright. Let's have a drink. We don't want to get parched, alright?
He's got a beer, Robert.
I've got a beer tonight. Alright. I've been having a few rums today already, but don't worry about that. If I stuff up, it'll be that. That's the reason. Okay, first off, we're going to get our fermenter ready. Alright, so this is a fermenter. Lid for the fermenter. Now this little rubber grommet here, in the lid, this is where your airlock goes later on. I did this earlier because I had to get a bit of hot water just to make it a bit more malleable and get it in the hole. That's a big word for the night too. Word of the night, malleable. Alright, so we've got a hole in the bottom of the fermenter here. We're going to unscrew that. We'll just use our scissors. You know, a bit of tool abuse. Alright, maybe we won't use the scissors. Yeah, we will. There we go. It's coming out. I hope everyone's doing well here out there, COVID time. Grab your tap. This little piece on the end of your tap is to stop your sediment later on from going into your beer as much. But so we leave that on. We'll just screw this in. We want to just screw it in till it's finger tight, alright? Don't want to cross thread it. If you cross thread this thing, you will be in hell. Alright. Alright, that's pretty... Don't want to go any tighter with that. Alright, so that's on. Let's turn on and off and away you go.
Make sure it's off.
What's that?
Make sure it's off.
Yeah, it's turned off. I've made this mistake before. If you watch my YouTube videos, you'll see that I've accidentally left this on, and I would have actually done that just then, but that's alright, we fixed it. Okay, so.
Yes, she said, tasting a beer, coming over and tasting beer would be an essential travel. And also, your scissors look broken. It's an essential travel for someone to come and drop them off.
Only if, yeah, I suppose it would be, but we don't want to do that shit live on TV on the thing, because I'm going to post this video on YouTube later on. Uncut. What you see tonight is what will go on my YouTube channel. Please, go and have a look later on. I'll put a link in the description later on. Like and subscribe. Alright, now, first off, we've got to get rid of this label off this can, because we have to submerge this in hot water. We want to submerge this in warm water because this stuff is thick. It's like treacle. I don't know if you ever seen treacle. Golden syrup. It's just, when it's cold, it does not pour. It's horrible, horrible stuff. So we'll get this off. Get the label off, because when the label gets wet, it gets in your beer. And the last thing you want is anything other than what you put in your beer getting in there, because it'll get an infection. Just got a jug here. Use anything at home, a pot, it doesn't matter. Bit of a hot water in here. This water's up to about 66 degrees now, which is great. It's about what your hot water system at home does. Right, so that's in hot water now. We'll let that sit. Okay, so what we have to do is get some sanitizer ready. I'm going to get the instructions, which are here somewhere. Hang on. It's one of these pieces of paper. I really should have sorted this out first, eh? Nah, it's all good. 10 how many litres of sanitizer I need. Okay. This is our dextrose. Pull that to the side. I'm going to put 2 litres of boiling water in the fermenter. No, we don't want to go up to that step yet. Alright, clean and sanitise. Okay. Sanitizer. This is clean already. I've just bought it. I've got other fermenters here. There's one down over here. There's one over here. When I finish making a beer, I clean them straight away. Put the lids on them. Nothing can get in there. Give them a rinse out before you start. But basically, this is clean because I've just bought it. I need to sanitise it now. So, what we need is, to read the side of the bottle, easy to use sanitizer, 2 caps into... Alright. If I could find the bloody instructions on this, it would be awesome. Alright, we need a litre of water. Okay, so I've got quite a few litres of water here. I'm going to pour a litre of water into this sanitizer, into this fermenter. Alright, there's a litre of cold water in there. And we got 2 caps of sanitizer, okay? Would you be able to pass me a couple of chucks? 30 mils is 2 caps, about 15 mils. Alright, so, no rinse sanitizer. Got our 30 mils in there. What we're going to do is everything that's going to touch the beer. Did you do that for me? Everything that's going to touch the beer has to be sanitised, okay? So, just get your bottom there and give it a wipe around. Yeah, just there. Okay, wipe it all around. Everything that's going to touch your beer, alright? Give it a wipe, give it a clean. You want to be particular about this, alright? Because yeast is an infection, basically. not like coronavirus, but yeast is the only infection we want in here. We want everything else there, any other bugs that are anything that are in there, we want them to be gone, right? So we've got our fermenter.
Late arrival, Maxie.
Let's go roll it around here. Pour it in. Alright. So, sanitise. I'm going to let smell nothing getting in there. Alright. Grab your airlock. This is called an airlock. What will happen is you fill this half up with water, and when the beer's fermenting, it'll bubble. And the bubble goes round, but nothing can get in there. The air comes out, but can't get back in. Which is good. That's what we want. Alright, now, we don't need to sanitise the hydrometer because we're not going to put that beer back in. What you also get in the kit, sanitise your can opener, people, alright? Sanitise your scissors, alright? If you sanitise those things, because they don't touch much, but it could infect your beer. Right, so we've got this thermometer, because you want to keep your beer at a constant, what's it say here for the lager? Between 18 and 28 degrees. I would try and go on the lower side of that for this type of beer. But what we want to do is stick this thermometer, it's sticky. If I can get my finger in there to undo it. There we go. See if we can get it on straight. About halfway up your fermenter. Put it on. So that's on like that, okay? Alright, now. All this stuff's getting cleaned up there. Alright, now we're ready to start making beer. Okay, so I've got another bucket over here. This one's been cleaned already. What I'm going to do though, is I haven't sanitised this bucket. I've only cleaned it. I'm going to pour this stuff into there. Roll this bucket around. I know this bucket's sanitised. Nice clean bucket now. Look at that. Alright, so put that stuff over there. Alright, we want to put 2 litres of boiling water. Well, we don't need 2 litres of boiling water. And add liquid malt, which is in our tin here. And this hot water into the fermenter. Alright, so our is clean, can opener sanitised. This is nice and warm now. Alright, so job number 1. I'll move this bucket so you can see what I'm doing here. Pardon me, beer's nice and gassy. Open this tin. Righto. Get all this goodness into here. See what I mean? It is thick. Do the high pour. Yeah. Bring it up, bring it down. Okay. Now there's something I'm missing here.
A spoon.
Yeah. Hang on. Oh yeah. It comes with a spoon.
Sanitised it.
It's in here somewhere. I can't let go of this. It's in amongst the bottles in there. I have other spoons here if we can't find this part. We found it. Alright, we need to clean that now, it's been on the floor.
You have to sanitise it anyway.
True. There you go. Okay, so we've got most of that out of there, but you know what? I got a bit over there and I missed it. Right? I thank God it didn't land sticky side down. See that? There's beer goodness in there. We want the beer goodness. Grab a tea towel because that bloody water's going to be hot. Pour a bit of hot water in. I'm going to turn that hot water off now because it's hot enough. Okay, so stir it up. Pulling as much of that beery goodness out as we can, alright? Stick the spoon in there now. Oh, damn it, doesn't matter. I didn't sanitise the spoon properly. Oh well. It is what it is.
Did you clean it?
No.
Oh.
This water's hot enough that it's... damn. Alright. There's the major stuff up there. Alright. But I'm just going to roll with it. I'm going to roll with it, alright people? I'm just going to roll with it. Okay. So, we've got a bit of hot water in there. We've got our malt extract in there. Get our scissors. Cut this open. Now this stuff, is very powdery. It's like caster sugar. And it'll clump into balls if you don't stir it up properly. So that's why they say just put a couple of litres of hot water. Bear with me, I've got to get rid of this water. Just wait there. Wait there, it's fine. Radio silence. No, it's alright. I'm back. Okay, now. Get a couple more litres of hot water. It says 2 litres. I've already put about half a litre in there through the can. So we'll get... And this isn't boiling either, so I'll just do a couple of litres of water still. I've only just got this hot enough to kill any germs that might have been in that fermenter there, into that brew kettle there. So there's a couple of litres of water in there. Alright. Give it a stir. Stir it up. You know? Don't be scared to get in there and get nice and vigorous stir. Good word, that. Oh, if we had smell-o-vision here right now, it smells pretty good. It smells like a bloody wheat bix.
I told him to sanitise too.
What's that?
Thinking about sanitising.
Don't worry about it. It's all good.
This is a test if that is true. If you don't sanitise,
That's it.
it ruins it.
I must admit, the floor is clean. It has been cleaned today. As clean as my shed floor gets, but you know, clean nonetheless. There's no Rona on the floor.
Cookie's calling it the Rona spoon.
There's no Rona here, Cookie. Right. Drink beer. Yeah. Jeez, I hope this turns out as good as that does.
Maxie said she the Rona blend.
The Rona blend. Alright, so everything's dissolved now. Put that there. Now, non-sanitized spoon. Okay, we've got everything in. What we want to do now is get this up to 23 litres. Now, on the side of the barrel, just get me pop here. This couldn't be any easier, people, I'm telling you. Just get that there because I'm going to put my arm in that. It's going to end up bloody all over. On the side, we've got a gauge. That's 25 there. We want 23, so we want it to this lip here, basically. We're going to fill it to there, okay? So, want to get a bucket of cold water. Do that for me. Thank you. I'm going to put another litre of hot water in there, just because I know that I need another litre of hot water in there. I have done this quite a few times, so I'm used to it. We're going to need a couple of these.
Okay.
Righto, in we go with it. So ideally you do this close to the sink, and then you're right. Give it a stir. Vigorous stir. Right. 23 litres is a lot of water. Okay, we're going to need another bucket. So on the sticker here, it says we're at 28 degrees now. We want to get that down around the 20. Around 21 is what I'd like to normally ferment at. If you do it at about 21, then you get a nice amount of time to ferment. If you do it too quick, you get funny flavours. If you do it too slow, you get funny flavours, and you risk your beer getting infected. So, almost.
No.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hang on, where's me gauge? Spot on. Spot on 23 litres. Good job. Good job, helper. Shree's a good helper. Okay. Now, we're right at, oh, perfect. We're right at 20 degrees there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it says 20 and it's lit up, so it's quite good. Can you see that, love?
No.
Okay, so now, what we want to do is we're going to move this over to here. What I use is I've got a heat pad. This is called a heat pad. And we sit the fermenter on top of the heat pad. And what it does is it'll keep the yeasties nice and warm and help them ferment properly. What we're going to do is we're going to whack this lid on. Alright, lid is on. Lift that over there. Now, it's lit up between the 20 and the 18, which is really good. It's really what we want. Alright. I'm really stoked with that. This is a hydrometer. I have other hydrometers and other tools to do this, but for today's purpose, this comes with the kit, so we're going to do it. Alright. Now, we don't have to sanitise this because I'm not pouring this back into the beer, okay? I didn't sanitise the spoon anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so we fill this up. Okay, now, what this does, this measures our specific gravity, okay? Now what we want to do is we want to write down this number, whatever number this comes to, on our hydrometer. Now, I'll try to get these bubbles to dissipate a bit, but we'll see how we go. You want to do this before you put the beer in. So this basically measures the amount of sugar, the amount of sugars and stuff that's inside here. We need a little bit more water. Let's drop down to around 18. I'm going to put a little bit more hot water in it. Give it a stir.
You need to do the airlock.
Sorry? Yeah, I'll do the airlock in a second. Okay, so it wasn't quite there. Now we're quite there. Now we're there. Get our sanitised spoon now, alright? Let's give it a stir. Screw the lid on. It's nice and tight. That German bloke, nice and tight. Okay. By this time, our bubbles should be dissipated. We get our yeast now. Our yeast packet. Our sanitised scissors. Cut this bad boy open. Alright. This is the good bit that makes the beer, makes our wort. Now this is called wort, alright, because it's not beer yet. Once it's fermented, then it's beer, okay? So we sprinkle this in, get all the goodness there. I don't stir it in. Some people do, some people don't. If you do at home and you're watching this and you make beer before, then you do whatever you do, alright? Oh yeah, that's good beer. And I'll put the lid again. That should be the last time I have to put the lid on again. Okay, now, that's brought it back up to the 20, between the 20 and the 22. Alright, so that's perfect, alright? Now, our specific gravity is, let's give this a spin. Give it a spin so the bubbles that are underneath it don't give you a false reading. It's sitting right around 0.05, which is really good. Means there's a lot of sugar in there. I'll write that down. Hang on. Grab your pen. 0.050, which is great. That's really good. Means when this beer comes out, by the time it's finished, it should be around about 5%, 5.5%, which is perfect, I reckon. And so, yeah, this is pretty much it. The yeast is in now. We get our airlock, sitting in the fermenter, sitting in the sanitizer, sorry. We're going to use some of the sanitized water to stick in the airlock, but we want to get that out first. Alright, now, I don't know how I'm going to fill this without making a fucking mess, but we'll see how we go. Pour a little bit in there, a little bit more. Some people put vodka in these and all sorts of stuff. You don't need to do that, alright? Water is fine. Sanitised water is better. Okay, so that sits in there, and that sticks up like that. Now when you push it down and hold it, it should stay at one level. This isn't quite tight, I reckon. Okay. Now, there we go. Yeah, we're doing well now. So this is all sealed. Everything in here is sealed now. It'll push air out through the airlock, but not in through the airlock. So none of the air around us will get in the way and infect it. This heat plate, we don't turn this on until tomorrow. We want to just let it sit there and rest, and the yeast will start to hydrate in the alcohol. And what I do is just give it a little taste. Very, very sweet.
What sort of beer was that supposed to be?
It's a lager.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, I don't think I'll do that again. It's a bit sweet.
That was a draft I got the other day.
Yeah, so what I've got here is, because I can't go and make my grain beer, I've got a Cooper's Pilsner kit. I also have a Cooper's Draft kit. Draft's not too bad, actually. With the draft, I add this stuff. It's called malt mix. Tough dry malt. 1/3 dry malt, 2/3 sugar, I believe it is. And that works really well. It gets you a nice head that stays on your beer really well. And with the Pilsner, I'm just going to do dextrose, just normal dextrose. You buy this, tell you the truth, I think this kit and the dextrose came from Big W.
Yeah.
So if you go down to Big W, and once you buy the kit, once you've got the box, the Morgan's box kit, and you've got everything you need, you can go down to your homebrew supply shop and get whatever you need. You can also go to Woolworths or Coles, and they, no, maybe not Coles anymore, but I know Woolworths actually sell your dextrose.
I think they'll even sell the big Cooper's kits I've seen there.
Yeah, sometimes they sell them, but you can buy your stuff to make your beer, because now you have everything. The only thing you'll have to buy is a bit of, I would suggest you buy a bit of, it's called Oxyper. I may have some here, yes I do, in the cupboard. I use this stuff. It's called Oxyper, Oxy, awesome for cleaning. Put this with a bit of warm water, lukewarm water, and it will strip anything at all. Another thing I do sometimes is make I've got some of this sanitizer. It's called Star Sand. It's very foamy sanitizer, and I stick that in a spray bottle. So what I'll do is I've got this is called a bottler. This will stick onto the tube here next week when we bottle the beer into the bottles, and I'll give it a squirt, give the sanitizer a squirt down the tube of this, give anything that your beer's going to touch a squirt with sanitizer. I know I didn't do the spoon, and I know people are going to point it out, but normally I would sanitize everything, alright? That's about it. We've done pretty much everything. We've covered how to make beer. This is how quick and easy it is to make beer, alright? I was really talking shit for them most of this time, so, you know, if you just got in and did it, it wouldn't take long at all. I hope you've had a good night. Hope your ISO is going well, and I will catch you later.